Welcome you guys to part one of my 4-part video series from Post to Profit, your step-by-step guide to social media success in 2025. The idea of this video series came from a conversation I had last week with a business owner. We were talking about the stress of using Instagram. How can we maximize the engagement and get business from there? Because a lot of business owners are not seeing the results that they want from social media. Things are constantly changing on the platform. On top of that, you need to figure out how to actually run the day-to-day of the company, right? So it's extremely time consuming, and that's why a lot of people will hire someone like me, a marketing agency, to take that off of their plate. But either way, this is a problem that so many people have. And so I'm going to make this 4-part series really actionable and really simple to understand. I'm going to share 10 quick wins with you, call them hacks, call them tips, but the goal is that all of these are actionable and you can get them done within 15 minutes of this video. So if you are a small business or a entrepreneur who feels like you are wasting your time and energy on social media and you're not seeing the results that you want, these are going to be tips that really help you stand out, get more reach, get you more engagement, and drive more conversions to your website so that you can make more money. If you do have an Instagram account, I want us to lean into more of a human approach on our business account. I'm going to start from the top of your Instagram and go down. I want you to think about the people that are following a business page on Instagram. Is it because they want to be sold to, or because they want to either learn or see really pretty pictures? There has to be value in some way, shape, or form. You want to stand out by actually talking to the camera, talking to your audience. Number one is your profile image, your display name, and the category that you are in. I think having a logo as your photo really makes it feel like you have a massive team handling your comments and your messages, and there's no real human behind your content. Human connection is a major trend in 2025, especially if you are selling something extremely expensive that costs thousands of dollars, or if you have custom work. You need to build trust in your Instagram profile. Treat it like it's your own account, especially if you are the only one managing this account instead of a logo. My best rule on Instagram is to not have myself repeating anything more than once. If you have a Threads, which most of us do because they forced us into it, your Threads handle is also your username, which is your business name. So why are we repeating our business name 3 different times across our Instagram? You're wasting prime real estate that you could be using to talk about who you are, put keywords in there that are going to make you more searchable and give a better overall impression of what people are going to expect when they get to your Instagram account. A lot of people will put their first name and then they'll put like a job title or some kind of descriptor about them or the account. For example, TREYA Digital is the username. I have a photo of myself instead of a logo, and I put brand and marketing strategist because I want you to know that's what we're going to be talking about here on this profile. That's my specialty. That's my area of expertise. So I want to highlight that within my name. And it's also very searchable. The second thing I want to talk about is optimizing our bio for clarity. We want to make it stand out, and we want to give people a true description of who you are, who you help, and what they can expect. What is the next step for them in their journey with your Instagram account? It's the first contact that someone might have with your business. So how can we maximize this bio for not only being descriptive for our audience, but also thinking of keywords and how are people searching and finding you on Instagram? What exactly would they be typing in? If someone is searching for candles, typing in candles may not be the best way for them to come across you. But if someone is specifically interested in organic, all natural, maybe it's a certain look or aesthetic that they're going after. For example, for me, I want to be known for helping small businesses stand out online. I want people to know my years of experience, that I have 10 plus years of experience in marketing and sales. I also want them to know that we are known for being brand story shapers and content and social media. I also heavily recommend using a call to action. If they come across your page and like everything else about you, how are they going to get further in touch with you? Those DMs are going to fall under the general tab and not your primary inbox. Those can be easily missed by a lot of people. I put free social media audit and an arrow pointing to the URL. If someone is interested in a social media audit, they can click on that and be directed to book a call with me. So let's have a landing page somewhere that they can go to and learn more about you. Number 3 is your highlights sections. I think there are so many ways that people are using highlights and they're doing it wrong. What are the quick things that you want people to know or see about your business? This this is your storefront. This is the section where you want to make sure that you look really well done and you put time and energy and effort into your presence on Instagram. I really recommend no more than 5 because that's as many as will fit on the screen before it makes you scroll through. And I want you to think about what is it that you want people to know when they get here. Some really common ones that I find very effective is an about section that tells a little bit of the story about who you are, why you started doing what you're doing, why the business was created, your services, your packages, or your best-selling products. Describe the journey or what someone can expect. If you like what you see here, should they schedule a call with you? Should they go to a link and buy something? What does that process of working with you look like? Especially if you are selling anything custom or really high-end like consulting services or things that cost thousands of dollars, you need to be maximizing this highlight section because it's directing people to exactly what you want them to do. The fourth thing is pinning posts. There's so many people that will just pin their most viral content. That's kind of the standard, but I'm going to challenge you to do something different. Now, yes, I do recommend maybe one of them being that from a social proof lens. People like to see that your account is something that other people have been interested in and have seen, but I do recommend at least one of your pinned posts should be about you and should be a story that you're trying to tell about you, something that's brand specific, whether it's a really awesome case study or something about why you got started in the business, anything to build trust and drive that engagement further. Also, depending on the time of year, I would recommend something that's campaign specific, seasonal, like Black Friday or beginning of the year. If you have a big push to sell products at those times, put a post pinned for that reason, because these are the first things that people are going to see. So you want to put your best foot forward. Number 5 is I really want you to start using your stories more. The amount of businesses that don't even use their stories is insane to me. Stories are meant to be raw, real, unedited, very simple and personal and like behind the scenes of your company. People are not expecting these to have a whole lot of strategy or thought behind them. That is how it's supposed to be. I feel like it's such a quick and easy and simple thing to do, and it really nurtures that relationship with your followers. The stories is very interesting because sometimes your video or your photo may not show up to people, but if you are engaging in the DMs and commenting and replying to people, more than likely the algorithm will understand, hey, these people have some kind of relationship and they're going to be shown your stories. So the simplest way to do this is take photos of the work you're doing, put like a little bit of text above it, say, oh, today's to-do list is this, or today I'm working on this really big piece. Anything just to tell a little bit about what is going on in your day. You can even do something as simple as a photo of your food or a pretty view of a sunrise or a sunset. It can be literally anything. You just want to get started with this if you're not already using it, because I guarantee you most people who do Instagram the right way are selling in their stories and they're selling in the DMs. Use this strategy, and it is the quickest thing that you could start doing now. So get out your phone, take a picture of your laptop, and just let people know what you're up to. Number 6 is about captions. We want to keep them on the shorter side. I want them to be skimmable, and you want to keep the language very simple. But I do think captions are very worthwhile for keywords as well as personality. I don't recommend putting captions that are just describing the photo or video that you have up. What I really want to see in your captions is 2 things. You're either telling a personal story behind the scenes, like during the time that you took this photo, what was happening? Or number 2 is an opinionated take on something. If you are an educator and you are posting content to teach people, use your caption to expand on the context, tell a little bit about why this matters, provide some kind of opinion on what you're saying. The next quick win that I want to talk about is hashtags. People are using hashtags the wrong way. The head of Instagram himself, Adam Mosseri, has already come out and admitted that hashtags don't do what we all think they do. A lot of people use hashtags as a way to get more reach, and it really doesn't help with that. But what it does help with is making sure the algorithm knows where to place you, what category you belong in. Make sure that you keep it to no more than 3 to 5 hashtags. So the best use of this from a small business lens lens is to think about who is the audience that you're trying to talk to. Things like women in business, or hashtag Texas realtors, or maybe putting your location like hashtag Miami, Florida. Things like that are going to be more applicable than you putting clothing as a hashtag or food as a hashtag. So try to be strategic about how you're using hashtags. Make sure they're local driven and very specific to where you live, and think about like communities that they may be following, and focus on keywords for the actual searchability to make sure that you are putting yourself in front of people who are interested in what you have to say. Speaking of keywords helps with your discoverability, and I want to put this interesting experiment up in front of you. They did an experiment where they took very similar photos and they posted one that was focused on hashtag strategy, the other was focused on keyword strategy, to see which one is going to have the biggest reach and the biggest impact. Every single post that had an SEO rich caption had 30% more reach than the post that just had hashtags. That's one small example right there, but I think it is speaking to the fact that people are searching on Instagram and on social media. I do think Instagram has a long way to go with keywords though, but I do recommend focusing and shifting your mentality to keywords and SEO on Instagram instead of focusing on hashtags and generic content like that. So our second to last quick win, our quick win number 9, is all about audio. If you are only using audio in a reel, let's change that mindset. Adam Mosseri has already told us that we should be adding music to our carousels and to all of our posts basically, and it creates more engaging vibe. But also, if you are using trending audio, it's going to help you get more reach. And I say trending because you want to focus on music that is up and coming rather than music that's already been used millions of times. If you're using something that's trending and maybe it has 20, 30,000 or even a couple 100,000, you're way better off, and it just gives you that extra little boost. And even if it doesn't get seen by a bunch of people, it's still a better vibe than before, right? So use music in all of your posts, no matter if it's a reel, a carousel, whatever the case. And last, number 10, is to reply to your comments as quickly as possible, ideally within the first hour. In the first hour, it is crucial for you to get as much engagement out of that post as possible. The algorithm is going to see that engagement, and if you're not getting engagement early on, it's a lot harder for Instagram to push you out to more and more people. So think about that every time that you post something. I don't recommend using a third party to post your content. From an engagement standpoint, you're already at a losing battle there because you're not going to know your post is going out, and you want to try to be as engaged as possible. And also, some people say that if you use a third party, it's dramatically going to affect your reach. I don't know. I haven't really found anything specifically from Adam Mosseri talking about this, but let me know down below if you have any advice or opinions on that matter. But for now, focus on the first hour of engagement as much as possible. Manually post your content. Be on your phone, be on your computer. If someone likes or comments, reply quickly, because it's going to affect your reach further if that's something that matters to you. So if you are interested in going further down this deep dive, and if you've never heard of Adam Mosseri before, I definitely recommend following him on Instagram. I'm going to put a link below to the video he posted on his profile. He talks about the ranking process on stories, feed, reels. Every single one of these has their own little algorithm. Go watch that video to learn more about how to maximize your Instagram account. And there you have it. Those are 10 quick wins or best practices that I really hope help you with your reach and engagement on Instagram moving forward. And if you're interested in having a discovery call to discuss how to outsource this whole headache of social media, let me know. The link is down below in the description. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much.